The sun never glows like your eyes. The sun never glows like your eyes. Sun never glows like your eyes. Sun never glows like your eyes.
My name is Paul Gamble.
Where are you from?
I'm from Queens, born and raised. Lived in New York all my life. I love it and hate it, but that's every New Yorker, so yeah. Is what it is.
All right, we're just gonna jump into the heavy stuff.
Bring it. Let's lift.
Heavy stuff is happening right now.
I lift. Let's go.
All right. Thoughts on Black Lives Matter?
Thoughts on Black Lives Matter. It is an unfortunate phenomenon that one exists. History explains it. I'm happy to see all the fighting for it, but it pains me more. Like I think I feel more just emotion-wise when I hear people defend like all lives matter, but like so adamantly. Because like there are the videos that like that makes no sense. Like your roof is on fire and your neighbor throws water on their roof. And they're like, why would you do that? And it's like all roofs, mine's on fire. Like literally on fire. And people don't see that. The presence of black culture and the influence of black culture on America, on the world, has to be realized and respected. And that is something that can't just happen with monuments being torn down, with cars and stuff being lit on fire. It's systemic. Things need to change in the system itself, in our laws, in our government, but it's cultural. Like, you can't unteach racism. You can't, like, it's so inherent in American culture that, like, you can't get around the subtle bigotry of everything you come in contact with. Like, coming into Brooklyn today, the only signs I saw on the subway were signs that said, this is a sign telling you you shouldn't drive high, with like marijuana leaves on it. But like littered throughout Atlantic Terminal. I wouldn't see that on the Upper East Side. I wouldn't see that in Greenwich. Same thing, where I live in Jamaica, when I take the bus, I see all the bus stop signs that when Hotel Transylvania was coming out, it's fine. When Hotel Transylvania, the third movie, was out, there were all these signs that said, be a good dad today. I'm like, why here? Why do you choose to put these signs up on Merrick Boulevard? Why do I see all this on Springfield? It makes sense, but it doesn't. Like, I understand why you would want to market in areas that are affected by certain things, but why are you not trying to solve that problem? You're feeding the problem when you advertise specifically like that. It's just annoying. I can't even talk about it. There's so much that hits home, from seeing the protests to like microaggressions by my friends, like people I've had intimate conversation with and just poured myself out will still say stuff like, when am I gonna get as dark as you? Or like, I love your hair. Just like other shit like that. And it's annoying. I had to hop off social media just because there was so much confusion on my end, and I'm not entirely unplugged. I know what's happening in the world, but I need that distance.
Yeah. speaking of distance, how has social distancing been, and how has like the pandemic affected you? And
I haven't really had an issue with social distance. I mean, I'm diabetic. I didn't really leave the house for months. Like my first time out of the house was like maybe 3 weeks ago, 3.5 weeks ago. Just like for health and safety stuff. So it didn't really affect me. It low-key sucks when I have to get together with my friends via like Zoom and stuff, because there's something that sucks about having intimate relationships with people and not being able to fulfill that intimacy. There's something different about having a conversation with a best friend in person than over the phone. You know? There's so much that isn't seen over the phone. Even on FaceTime, like, it's not noted. Like, I like being in person. Like, I want to meet you, I want to talk to you, and just, it sucks. I don't talk to many people. I can count on one hand how many people like really keep in contact with. But sometimes that's all you need, you know?
All right, the next question's not that deep, but...
Not that deep, but it's still deep.
But hammocks or swings? Swings.
Swings for the ambiance. While I like the comfort of a hammock, a swing is a little freer. One, photo shoots. Like, you look hard as hell on a swing. Like, hard. And you can also have fun. Like, you control the speed at which you swing. Hammock, you can't do that.
Yeah.
Like, you tried as a kid to, like, rock, and then you just flip over.
Yeah.
So, swings.
Instagram or Snapchat?
Instagram. Instagram for sure.
No endorsements, but Wendy's or McDonald's?
Wendy's.
Okay. So what inspires you to choreograph?
Big smile.
What inspires me to choreograph? My friends. My friends inspire me. Having those intimate relationships with my friends and then seeing them express their art, it helps me understand their movement in a way that anybody would otherwise have to assume seeing them perform. I haven't been, and I'm not the strongest, I'm not the most flexible, but like I see things in a way that I think is really different from a lot of people. And the more I see, the more my thoughts make sense. And so when I get to see my friends move and express themselves in any way, it's inspiring. I'm also emotional and sensitive as hell, so I have a lot of feelings that influence my movement as well. But at the end of the day, it's my friends and their ranges that inspire me to express myself as good as they do.
What are your thoughts on improvising and, just improv?
My thoughts on improv?
Yeah.
Improv is one of the most terrifying things that you can do, because it's raw. Like, it is you. It is who you are. Someone just says on the spot, move. And you're like, okay. And then you go into movement, and it can be terrifying. I know I'm scared to improv because I don't know who I am. Cooking it. Because I still don't know who I am as an artist and how in my self-expression. It really forces you to look at the full extent of your body, of how you move. And sometimes it can produce the most beautiful art in any form of art, be it dance, studio, portrait, music, especially music. Oh my, it's you. Improv is whatever you want it to be, but at the end of the day, it is who you are. It is your art. That's the one thing that's like yours. And that terrifies me, but to some people, I think to most people, it's freeing. It's not like I don't have to move a certain way. I don't have to do a certain step because I'm told to do a certain step. I can be me. So I like watching my brother improv. He's different.
He's very different.
But it's in a really unique way. And he continues to inspire me too. So,
insane.
Yeah.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
5 years. All right. 5 years. Today is June 24th.
Tell the people how old you are now.
I will be, I'm 25,
So in 5 years, this man
turning
is
26 next Monday. Either finishing my own education in history, or on the way to finishing my education. I want to get a PhD in history and teach at the high school level and do history and humanities. Because I think with this generation coming up, I didn't know what political science was until I got to college. I was fortunate enough to have a news editor as a mom and a lawyer as a dad, so politics was very present in my house. That was my experience. Imagine everyone else's that has no idea what politics is, and then they turn 18, go to college, and you expect them to be fully functioning and contributing members of political society. It's not gonna happen. They're either gonna adopt what their parents keep saying, or they're not gonna care, which is what we see. So I want to teach kids how to think critically about themselves and the world around them from a young age, so that when they get to be 18 and to be functioning members of society, contributing members of society, they can think critically about their world, about their politics, and make decisions that they inform themselves and not other people. I want to do the same thing with dance. I really want to build my choreographic skills, my directing skills. I want to keep teaching. I want to influence this next generation as much as I can. I feel like that's my purpose in life. Like, to make sure that the kids I leave behind are set, you know? And so I see myself getting to that point every day moving forward. Like, what am I doing to set myself up for greatness? Which would be setting this next generation up for greatness. I don't want to put anything in the world that would hold them back, you know?
Who are the next Paul Gambles?
Well, definitely Devious. Definitely Devious. I want to shout out Christopher Taylor. His movement style is so unique, but so strong. But choreographically, like, he's got it. Like, he's got it. Kaede Au Pair.
Yes.
Kaede. That kid has some of the most spirit in movement I've ever seen. And like, he too, like, gets it. Like, I get in my head, I'm very technical, and he has the technique, but he's the complete opposite. He's like, do it, express, don't think about it, just move through it. And he's created some amazing work, and I cannot wait to see where he goes. Another great mind, Justin Bowen, my guy, he is out of this world, completely out of this world. And just everything he does. I'm just like, why? Why are you that good? Why?
Yeah,
It's incredible. I everything he creates is just amazing. Again, they are my inspiration. Seeing my friends achieve their greatness inspires me. And I cannot wait.
It's gonna be great.
Yeah. It's gonna be amazing. Shout out to all the people who don't believe in my success or my friend's success.
Okay. Shout out to the haters.
Because they're the reason why I'm as good as I am. It's not out of me trying to prove something, but to the people who don't believe that I'll make it, to the haters, to the people who don't believe in my success, it is because you exist that I continue to try harder. It's important to take your experiences, good and bad, with you wherever you go. Let them influence your direction moving, your motions forward. But don't forget them.
Could you speak a little bit about the recent passing of our brother Kamal, bro? How did you feel when you heard about his passing?
I felt devastated, but for his close friends. Because even though I didn't know Kamal incredibly well, I knew him and I know his friends well, and I know how I know his friends, and I know my brother, and I hurt for them. It's unfortunate that it's not the first death I've experienced in the Ailey family at a young age, but this is one of the hardest things. Older people talk about the things that they look forward, the only times that they get to see each other later in life is when like friends die or like spouses die. But when a friend dies at 18, it changes you. And as painful as that experience is and will continue to be, the love that came from Kamal, that will continue to be embodied by his friends, by his family, will continue to inspire art in general. And I know that because Kamal is shining wherever he is. Because Lord knows he was shining everywhere he was, on stage and off stage. He was such a beautiful human. Just it'll be hard, and I know it's hard for those who knew him the best, but it'll get easier, unfortunately. But it's crazy. But coming out of that, you really know who has your back and who supports you. And those bonds will continue to be strong. And that's all you can really hope for, is to keep those strong bonds with those who love you and those you love. So to those who love him and to those whom he loved, know that he still loves you.